I think that this movie is exactly what we need right now. It is a reminder of the impact of love, the importance of following your heart. It's what I needed to hear, and it's what I've been thinking about.
Journey to Bethlehem is now playing in theaters. I got to see the movie a couple days ago, and I really enjoyed it. So, Fiona, I want to ask you this first. What makes this telling of Mary and Joseph's story special?
Um, I think I think Adam did a really beautiful job in translating such a weightful, such an important story into something colorful and bright and that just kind of emanates life, which is also very, 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 I think it takes a lot of genius to do that in a world that is so ephemeral and quick. Like we're so
Yeah.
used to everything going by so fast right now, and we're just scrolling and everything goes fast, fast, fast. And um I think that kind of calls for being able to tell certain stories almost to that rhythm, and I think doing that while making sure it has heart and truth and everything is perfect for this day and age in the world. And I think it's going to get a lot of people. And then from there on out, it's just, you have a good laugh. I think through values and things that are really important as people. So I think there's a lot of, I think it's a very intelligent kind of thing to do. And I think it's perfect, and it's going to be really beautiful for families and everyone who sees it.
Absolutely. And Milo, I want to ask you this. Obviously, what makes this movie stands out that it is a musical, but was that one of the reasons you wanted to be part of this film?
Absolutely. That was the only reason at first. I loved the music. And I was really curious to read the script. And as I read it, similar to what Fiona said, it's just the perfect balance of honoring the story, and bringing light and fun to it, and that's
Mhm.
at the heart of the story. That's the way it should be told. It makes so much sense that it's a musical, it's so much different than the things I've done before. But the music is what made me fall in love with it. I'm a musical guy myself. I love them. And this is a movie that I would want to see. And I'll leave it at that.
Of course.
By
Absolutely.
the way, I won't leave it at that. I'm going to plug, go see it in theaters now, because
Mhm.
that's the way that the movie is meant to be enjoyed, and it's going to be out
Yeah.
there for a little bit. So go get ready for Christmas.
I totally agree. And Fiona, I want to ask you,
Yeah.
Mary has been featured in many films and TV shows over the years. So overall, how was the experience of playing such a powerful character?
Terrifying. I did a lot of research. I went through those films through other incredible actresses who have played Mary before. And then I think the rest was just up to the script I had and was working with, as well as, kind of the vertigo of knowing that it was up to me to create this particular Mary. And it was very, very easy to fall in love with and understand just as a human being that went through something enormous. Uh and yeah, so it was just a lot of homework of just kind of putting her together as like as a person, as a tangible human being. And then from there on out, then you throw her into a musical and it's singing and dancing and everything. But I wanted her to feel like someone who has a very profound conflict between, I mean, just kind of growing up and figuring out who you are and what your place is in the world. And then and I really love kids and children and everything. So it was just kind of bits and pieces of myself and research, and the rest was just hoping that it ended up being a really beautiful Mary and that it honored that for people. So yeah.
Of course, absolutely. Milo, I want to ask you, like Mary, Joseph has been portrayed in many media projects over the years. So how was it for you playing such an important figure in history?
It was interesting to explore. I mean, there's less Joseph than I thought in in the Bible and in these scriptures and whatnot. So I didn't have as much as I thought I would to work on. However, I've looked at even conversations that people just like made up who they thought he was, because I've never really taken the time to think about that. And that, I'm a agnostic Jew myself, and I was really curious to learn and serve this story like I want to do with everything I do. And I know that this is a particularly important one. So the research was extensive to make sure that I did not fail him. But what I ended up finding was that I really couldn't, because he is a human being and he's just trying his best. And the thing I wanted to really shine through was that he becomes a man through this journey because of Mary. And I think I did it. I don't know. But that's the thing I wanted to really have shine with Joseph, is his journey to becoming a man on their journey to Bethlehem. Mic drop.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you did a great job of doing that. And Fiona, I want to ask you, as you mentioned, there's plenty of singing and dancing in this film. So how was it learning the songs and the dance routines?
It was so fun, and the singing was particularly. I grew up with in my family. There are a lot of musicians, and I've always loved singing. And I can kind of mess around with the guitar, the piano. I really love playing, so I had a familiarity. But the songs were there, the demos were ready. I just had to learn how to sing them, and they were so far from what would be my normal vocal range, if you will. So it was a lot of work and coaching and everything that was so, so, so fun. And that kind of gave me the gift of singing through this movie, which was really beautiful. And the choreography, I mean, Zach and ҳ𝐿𝐿 did so beautifully at coordinating so many people while being so bright. They were never, not once saw them overwhelmed, stressed out, figuring they were always bright and in control.
And they're trying to teach people choreography in a language they don't understand, which is another
everything in Spanish. Like they were incredible. I think everyone that I was so lucky to work with made it so much easier for me. Like they really, I felt really taken care of.
I miss them now that you brought their names up. They were the sweet.
Oh, yeah. I know. No, they're incredible. Yeah, it was great fun.
Of course. And Milo, how was the singing and dancing routines for you? Was it pretty easy for you or no?
No, not at all. It was not easy for me. It never is. If it looks easy, I'm glad it does. I put a lot of myself on this movie. I just cared so deeply about it from the beginning. So I was stressing. The day that I was really anticipating was this song Ultimate Deception, which is a song that I sing with myself. So I had to learn the choreography for both of those versions of Joseph. That was just a behemoth day. And when we got, or 2 nights rather, and when we got those done, it was very fulfilling. And I feel like I could finally focus on the rest of the movie. So that was a big one for me to overcome. But the other ones are very, they're just sweet. Like, Can We Make This Work isn't too choreography heavy, and We Become We is sweet, and it's more just like fun than anything. But Ultimate Deception was the song I really had to lock in on, I think, dance-wise.
Yeah. Right. And Fiona, I want to ask you, Journey to Bethlehem is a great family movie. So how important was it to make this film that everyone family can see in theaters?
It was really important to me because I very much care that just as a person, and that obviously translates to whatever I might do as an actress. I love the playing around with all different sorts of stuff as an actress. I feel like the ability to go over here and then over here to the darker this and here and then a musical, and then I think that that's so much fun because there's such different universes. But this one particularly, I think because it kind of goes over many human values, I think it's really beautiful that a lot of families can see it. And I love children and kids, and I have four little cousins myself that are everything to me. And just I thought about them so much through the movie, about how bright you can make, think if you can make a generation, or just however many people feel more uplifted and everything, it will impact the rest of the world. And Adam and everyone else did that really, really beautifully for this film. So I'm just really happy to be part of it.
Hmm. And Milo, what do you hope audiences take away from this movie?
I think that this movie is exactly what we need right now. It is a reminder of the impact of love, the importance of following your heart, it's what I needed to hear. And it's what I've been thinking about. So I think that's the biggest takeaway for me. I mean, clearly I took something away, because it's been occupying my mind. So I think the most important thing is just the message of love. It sounds so simple and it sounds pretty cliche, but I think it really shines through and you feel it when you see it in theaters, not on your TV at home. When you go to theaters and see it, that's where you feel it.
Absolutely.
And at home. And at home.
Absolutely. And just a couple more questions for you guys. I want to ask you, along with Journey to Bethlehem, you starred in season 3 of the Netflix series Outer Banks. So how was that experience being on such a very popular show?
It was so fun. It's so fun. They're such a wonderful group of people to work with. And that show, before I even did an audition for that show, I watched it while I was while everything was happening with COVID, and it reminded me of a lot about how I grew up a little bit, just the main characters and the whole kind of adventure thing they're going through. So it's really fun to be part of something that brought me joy time ago, and they are wonderful. It's been these have been very, very fortunate years for me. I'm very, very happy to be able to work with all these people. Yeah.
Awesome. And Milo, I want to ask you this last question. Along with Journey to Bethlehem, you're starring in a new movie called Thanksgiving. I'm looking forward to it because I love Eli Roth. So what can fans expect from this film? Absolutely. What can fans expect from this film which is essentially a slasher film?
Yeah, no, it fully is. Fans have been anticipating this movie for years because of the trailer from the grind. That if you have been anticipating Thanksgiving for a long time, you will be satisfied with this movie. If you love Thanksgiving, the holiday, you'll love this movie. If you hate Thanksgiving, the holiday, you'll love this movie. It was so new for me, and it was so awesome to know that I was working with the horror guru Eli Roth. So even though many times I didn't really understand things, I could trust that it was all going to come together, and it did, because of Eli. And that cast was amazing as well. 2 of them are staying here with me tonight. We're incredibly close. And the screening is tonight, so I'll let you know how it goes. But it's very fun.
Awesome. Yeah, awesome. Looking forward to it. Well, again, Journey to Bethlehem, such a great movie. You guys did a great job. Fiona, Milo, thank you so much for your time. I really do appreciate it. And continued success to both of you.